Good morning. As you can tell, it's really fucking hot today. It's cold. It's really cold. I still have to finish digging out my car, so I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I'm getting ready to go to work. There were at least 4 people pulled over on the side this morning because of a flat tire or a broken tire. It sucked when my tire exploded last week, but it was before all the snow happened, and I'm really happy that I got it taken care of before the major snowstorm happened. If you are in any of the states that's currently affected by the winter storm that's happening this week, please be safe, drive safe. If you don't have to drive, don't. And if you are driving, just be safe and watch out for these crazy motherfuckers because they're out here. One of the few things that I miss from teaching is having snow days. I don't miss many things from working as a teacher, but just having the guarantee, or maybe the guarantee of snow days, because not every winter does it snow. We barely got any snow last year. It snowed maybe once last year, and the one time that it snowed, I got into a car accident. It's crazy. It's actually pretty sunny today, but in the spots where it's shady, there's definitely some black ice, so I gotta be careful. Like, is there any tax that goes towards, like, snow removal that's not on the road? I always wonder this time of year why taxes don't go towards, like, snow removal on the sidewalk. Yeah, it's important for the road as well, but not everyone has a fucking car. Like, there are kids who have to walk to school, people have to walk their dogs and animals and stuff, people who just straight up don't have cars. It's just the idea that, you know, it's just up to whoever lives on that block to shovel up that block. It's like, all right, fuck you if you're elderly and don't have any family to take care of you, I guess. Like, I have quite a few elderly people that live around me, and not all of them have family that are coming around to take care of them. So they're just kind of stuck inside, I guess. I just think it's weird. It's like, sure, if you have your own house, yeah, take care of the area around your house. But most people who are living in my area especially are renting, and then landlords would have these weird rules about not putting down snow or putting down like salt or not putting down kitty litter because they don't want the concrete around the house to be fucked up. But it's like, dude, you're not coming around to shovel off the snow. I don't want to break my neck going to work. It doesn't make any sense. One of the things I hate about living in a metropolitan area, especially in winter, is that shit like this, patchy sidewalks where clearly one building cares a lot more about the people walking on the sidewalk, and then there's just long yards of icy ass shit that's gonna melt and become black ice later on. Guys, I can't make this shit up. I just got into a fucking car accident. The day after I just had my tire replaced. Obviously I'm okay, or I wouldn't be recording. Like, the other person is okay. They have no damage on their car, which is awesome for fucking them. My bumper, I'll show a video or a picture of it, like right here. My bumper's pretty fucked. Yeah. So I'm just waiting for the police to come. I feel bad. Like, this person is like literally a teenager, like 19, and they say or claim this is their first accident, and it's like, I totally get it. I'm still gonna need that insurance information, and I'm still gonna need the cops come because my car is fucked and yours is fine. Still waiting for the cops. Again, I wish I didn't have to do this. I would rather not do this, but right, police are finally here. We both gave our statements. Now they're writing up a report. I'm so cold. Yeah, this was just a major inconvenience. Yet again, just a lot of inconveniences. There's no great time for an accident, but in terms of it just happening right after a big snowstorm, there are a lot of more serious accidents happening that people have to respond to. So like, yeah, you gotta wait an hour and a half or 2 hours. At least in this case, it wasn't really serious. It's just a fucking fender. My bumper, you know, is the biggest casualty, and, you know, I'll take that over anyone getting injured. That would really suck. That, you know, would be awful. Yeah, I'm just waiting so I can take my ass home. I think I've seen enough for today. All right, we're here, guys. I'm trying to experiment with the phone angles. I know that landscape would ideally be better because most people, when they're watching YouTube video, they're watching it like this and not like straight up and down. I don't like the way it looks when I'm in landscape mode in the iPhone, because I can't look at the camera. I'm looking off to this side if I want to look at the camera. Until my YouTube and everything blows up and I can have disposable income to get a proper vlogging camera, this is what we got, boo-boo. This is what we got. Like, the things that I have to say is more important than the visuals, but I understand some of us are visual learners, so I'm working on that, but this is what we got. As I mentioned earlier, depending on how I edit this video, I got into a small fender bender on my way home. I was making a left turn. There's like 4 lanes of traffic. 2 of them are going one way and 2 of them are going the other way. I was in like the farther left lane trying to make a left turn. This light did not have this. It's just, it was 2 traffic lights side by side, and the kind of deal of, when there are no cars, then you could turn. But that's up to you to make that decision kind of thing. I wait for the light to turn green. It's at the tail end of rush hour, so traffic going both ways is pretty fucking packed up. I had to wait to make my turn initially because traffic was so backed up that it was blocking the intersection, or like the street that I was trying to go down. So I had to wait for the cars to move out of the way. Like, I hate when cars do that. It's like, you see that it's packed back to back, bumper to bumper traffic. Why are you blocking the road? You being in the middle of the intersection waiting for the traffic to move is not going to make it go quicker. And I hate when people do that, because then shit like this happens. So the intersection finally clears up. People inch their cars out of the way. I turn. As I'm turning, I can see like a white big like SUV come out of the packed lane into the next right lane where there were a little bit less cars, and they zoomed through, presumably thinking that they could beat me to the intersection or whatever. They did not. They scraped my car. I'm like, what the fuck? Let me go check to make sure my car isn't fucked up. I turn into a Walgreens, get out, and my lights still look like they working. My bumper, the left side is hanging on, seems like it's hanging on for dear life. And I'm just like, what the fuck? That person just sped through. Are they going to come back around? I was starting to get a little bit heated. It's like, no fucking way. This person just zoomed into my fucking car, and they're not going to like turn back around to see if I'm okay. They come in. It's 2 people, I assume, maybe a couple, maybe they were siblings. I don't know. We didn't talk that much to get that much details. So the person who was driving the car comes out and they start talking to me. They came up to me and I just had to ask, like, sorry, did our cars just collide at the intersection a few minutes ago? And they were like, yeah, sorry, we were trying to turn back around. It took a while. I was like, okay. We exchanged insurance and info and all that great stuff. I called the police because, like, yeah, like, you know, no one was hurt again, but it's just like, my car is fucking, like, it's not totaled. It could be a lot worse. It's just the bumper. But my car took the brunt of the fucking damage, and they just got the dirt wiped off of their car, apparently, from it scraping against mine. Like, they're literally no damage to their car whatsoever, and they came at me pretty fucking hard. Police came. It took about an hour and a half for them to come because it's like the day after a major snowstorm, and they are responding to a lot more serious accidents, I can assume. Like, on my way to work, I saw at least 4. Again, thankful, grateful that it wasn't a more serious accident. Just one of those little fucking inconveniences. Like, it's like, yeah, my tire exploding on the highway last week is not the worst thing that could have happened. It still fucking sucked. And yeah, getting clipped by someone speeding as I'm trying to make a turn sucked, but not the worst thing that could happen. So I'm just happy that I'm okay. The other people were okay. I was trying my best to avoid shit like this. This is literally what happened to me last year. Right after the first snow of the winter, I get into a car accident and my car is totaled. Here I am thinking, like, I want to do these 12 days of Vlogmas, but I feel like my life is so boring. Here I am having just the most exciting week of my life, apparently. Okay. I'm in the parking lot of a Burger King because the police just called me. The same police officer that intervened with my accident yesterday. So a witness called the police, a witness to the accident yesterday, and told them about what happened. And they said that the other person was speeding. And that made me feel so justified because they were definitely speeding. They sped up to try to beat me or whoever in the next far right of traffic for getting into the light. And again, I'm glad no one got hurt, but this is just, I'm glad that was clarified. I don't think there's cameras at this light where I took the turn specifically, or the police said that the cameras are kind of like live stream and they don't consciously save footage or whatever. This just helps me with my fucking insurance so that I can tell them and they're going to add that to the report. And yeah, again, I'm glad that no one got hurt. And I did feel bad because this is like clearly like a teenager, like like they're a child. And I don't think they maliciously meant to hit me. I'm glad that they came back around to see if I was okay, because I was really like, they're gonna speed off after just hitting my fucking car and ruining my bumper. But yeah, things could have been a lot worse. I'm glad that they were not.